So, Paul, you're here with your niece, Linda Dolan, on, what day is it?
September 16th,
What year?
2025.
And what is your name?
Paul Vincent Halvorson,
There you go. Who are your mom and dad?
Obert and Delia.
Ah, what was...
That's Obert Olavis Halvorson and Delia Daphne Halvorson.
Oh, that's interesting. That was her middle name, so that's how Olive got her middle name.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Well, we've wanted to capture what was like for you and my mom, Olive, when you guys were growing up. So I got some questions. Are you willing to answer them for me?
Let her rip.
Okay. All right. So the first couple have to do with your childhood and family life. And just so you know, I'm going to start and stop the video just because I don't want the videos to get too long and then I won't be able to transfer them. So describe the home that you grew up in.
Just a general farm home. We all grew up in Fillmore County.
What's the address?
At that time, it was no address, Peterson, Minnesota.
Just a name and an address.
Just a name and address. Then it went to Route 1, Peterson, Minnesota. And then it went to 25397, County 107 South, Peterson, Minnesota.
Wow.
Same place.
Isn't that crazy? That's great. And was it a rambler or was it a big farmhouse?
Big old farmhouse.
Gosh, yep. And big kitchen, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, big kitchen, everything big.
Gosh, what year were you born?
1945.
And do you know what year your parents moved into that house?
1930, about 4.
About 1934.
1934.
1934. Because Olive was born 1935, so
Yeah.
then they would have moved in right before she was
Yep.
born.
Yeah.
That makes
The Halvorson started at the farm below us, and the gentleman that owned the farm, or we call the farm now, hit bad times in the Depression, and my grandpa Halvorson helped him out, and he says, I'll buy the place from you so you don't have to, worry about anything. And so Grandpa owned it for a few years, then he sold it to Ma and Dad.
Okay. And is that original house, was that the one that Halvor lived in? Or not?
No.
No, different one.
Halvor and Pa grew down on what we call Halvor's place now.
Okay.
Streets north of us. Halvor Ness owned the farm, and he spent so much money on the house to build it because it was all first class, high tech, everything. That's how he lost the farm.
Oh,
Is the
my.
house.
Oh, that's sad. Okay. Okay. So, Paul, what were you like and what was your sister Olive like as a child?
I was perfect, and she was so-so.
That doesn't surprise me a bit that you would say that. You guys were 10 years apart from each other.
Yeah. We were actually, she was almost mature by the time I came along.
Right.
That's how I found out where the basement steps were.
What do you mean the basement steps?
That's where I spent half of my life when she cleaned the house, so I wouldn't dirty it up.
Was she having a suitor coming over to visit her usually?
Possible.
Then? Possibly, yeah, I believe that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Till I got smart and learned, why am I sitting here? The door's right there, I'll go outside.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where the basement stairs are, you can just go right outside the door. I remember that. What were some vivid memories that you have about your parents, Obert and Delia?
I don't know if I can put some of that on tape.
True. Whatever you can say.
Uh, never a dull moment, really. They, they, yeah, it wasn't a dull moment.
Yes.
I
There you
better
go.
not go any further than that.
That's fair. That's fair. What was a typical day like in your family when you were little? You guys weren't dairy farmers, though.
Yep.
You were?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's,
So you had to get up to milk the cows in the morning.
I didn't. Not when I was little. But I remember, oh, got that.
Yeah.
I remember having the kerosene lantern down in the barn and was just on the verge when we would get electricity on the farms and stuff.
Wow.
And that changed everything once we got electricity.
I can't imagine the difference that would be.
Oh yeah.
And the winters, when there's
Unbelievable how much difference it made. You hit a switch, you had the light. You didn't have to sit there with the lantern, the stinky. You had to have the fuel tank filled. You lit it, and it wasn't bright.
no.
It was very dim when you look back.
Right, when you compare it
Yeah.
to the LEDs now.
Oh, totally.
Do you remember when it was harvest time?
Oh yeah. The fall has always been my best time. Spring, second best. Harvest time, I started driving the tractor and the grain binder when I was 9 years old. Halvorson would sit on the grain binder, and he told me, if everything fails, remember only one thing: hit the off button, and that'll stop everything. If you get, confused and stuff. Never did. We just
Went to town. I remember staying down there one time when I was in middle school, and it was harvest time, and they were drying the corn, and how we had to set an alarm and always go
Oh,
in
yeah.
and change it.
Yep.
Or check the moisture level.
Yep. That was the later years.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's
And
true.
I always loved silo filling time. I would get out of school to help. My job at silo filling was to walk inside the silo with the blow tube and kind of leveling it off. And you keep going, and then you get up so high you unhook one, and you keep going up and up. But I would not crawl out the top hole. Pa had to come and finish the last door, because I said, there's no way I'm stepping out of
On
that
that-
hole
on
on
that-
top of the silo.
Right, on the metal roof.
Yeah.
Very slippery
Yep.
roof. Sounds like a dangerous job, actually.
Actually, it was.
I know.
OSHA would have probably shut them down
Yeah.
now.
I get it. No problem. All right.
MGM says, hey, it's your time.
So, Paul, what do you think made your family unique from other families?
That is a tough question, because every family when I was growing up was very unique and stuff. And we visited the families. We don't do that anymore. We got to know all the generations. We don't do that anymore. What makes it unique? I don't think we were more unique than any other family at that era.
Yep. And everyone were farmers, right?
Yes.
And so you all had that common bond.
Yes.
And you all helped each other out.
Yep.
Yeah.
If somebody got sick, you went and helped them.
Right.
If somebody got hurt, you helped them.
And you guys only had 2 kids in your family. Do you think more people had more children than just your 2?
In my era, it was like 2 to maybe 3 kids per family. Prior to that, they had 8,
Yeah.
10, 12 or better.
The healthcare wasn't as good.
There was no health
They
care.
needed help on the farm. You needed hands.
Yep.
Sounds
And
good.
the sad part of it, a lot of children didn't survive.
Right.
So you needed quite a few children to keep it all going.
Yep. Yep. I think that is true back in the 20s, 30s, 40s. What did you do when you were bored as a child?
Never was.
Good answer. Never bored.
Nope, never was.
That's great. All right, now we're moving on to one of my favorite topics, food. Tell me about the meals that your family would cook, something that makes you feel nostalgic about food that your mom would cook.
My mother was the best cook in Fillmore County. And at the same time, she was the worst cook in Fillmore County. Our daily meals, some were really bad. She loved to put onions in, and I hated onions. Her favorite dish was you brown hamburger till it's almost black and put onions in it. And it's all crumbled. It wasn't in a patty. It was, and you ate it with a fork.
Oh, really? No
hated it.
sauce in it?
No, nothing.
Just the grease.
Yeah, just the grease. And it was terrible. But you take Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, the meals were blow your mind.
Yeah,
They
I
were
remember
good.
them being very good. I
They
remember
were very
homemade
good.
bread.
Yeah. And I remember she made tomato soup, fresh tomato soups out of tomatoes and the milk from the cows. And Pa says, do we have to eat this shit again? I hate it. I said, I like it.
So then you're going to have it again.
Yep.
Got it.
And we did.
For sure. What smells transport you back to the day, back to your childhood? A smell.
I was just thinking about that the other day on sounds, but I didn't think about it's sad to say, but the cow manure and the pig manure smells are not what they were when I was a child. Now they're not that good anymore.
What makes the difference?
How the manure is stored.
Oh,
We used to just put it in a pile and it aged and composted. And now it's a slurry and it's just nasty. But as sounds from my childhood, in the spring I hear the mourning doves and it'll pull me right back to six years old. And then in the fall, I hear the crows doing this certain caw-caw they do. Takes me right back to 6th grade fall.
it's amazing how the senses can bring you back to
Yeah.
things like that. One of the sounds that I think of at the farm is the sound of the windmill going around.
Oh yeah,
I could almost create that sound.
yeah.
I could pick it out. If you could taste one of your mom's meals again, which one would it be?
Crib.
Krub. What is krub?
Blood dumplings. You mix blood with flour and you make a thing and then you boil it and use side pork a few in there, and then you melt it and you pour it over. Oh, it's so good.
Like cow's blood or what? Whose blood?
Usually, it was pork blood.
Pork blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we butchered in the fall, then we'd sit there with the blood catching it, and you had to stir it or it would clot. You couldn't let it clot, because then you throw it away.
No good. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find that on any restaurant menu anytime soon. How do you spell it? Do you know?
CLUB, I believe.
Huh, interesting. I'm going to look that up. Okay. Awesome. Well, that's great. Thanks, Paul. So now I'm going to go on to what I call decisions and lessons. So look out. Here we go. What lessons do you recall learning the most from your parents or grandparents? Do you remember any lessons that you remembered learning?
From my dad, to be kind. And he always used a statement, an intelligent person can change his mind. An idiot can't. And Ma says, her famous lines was, you feel down in the dumps, suck it up. We're all been there.
She had more of the tough kind of love versus your dad.
Yeah.
I remember Grandpa always being very kind.
Yeah.
He was always nice to
The
me.
Halvorsons always were kind-hearted people. The Erickson Glennos, they were a little bit more of the roughy toughies.
Rough, tough, yep. Do you have a favorite teacher that you...
Miss Jenks.
Miss Jenks, how you spell Jenks?
My first, Jenks. My first grade teacher and my second grade teacher.
Mm-hmm. They made you feel good?
Yep.
You're good-hearted. They're there to make an impact on your life.
They were wonderful human beings. And they portrayed that to all their kids.
Oh, that's great.
That they were teaching.
They really cared about their students. That's a gift. Can you share about any hardships in history, like say the Depression or whatever, that you and my mom experienced?
I didn't actually experience much from the Depression because of the time, but I heard tons and tons of stories of it, and
yeah, that must have been a tough time for them.
Yeah.
Having the ration sugar and flour and
Ma
everything.
always talked about she had the savings. She worked for this one farmer and put it in the Canton State Bank, and she lost it all. And the farmer she worked with had his farm paid for, and he lost it because he couldn't pay the taxes
Oh my.
and stuff. So
Could afford the farm but not the taxes.
yeah.
Crazy. So going on to like some traditions that you might have had as a child, what was Christmas like for you and Olive when you were growing up?
Oh, Christmas was something else. I look at my kids, and then I look at back when I was a child. I received one gift from Santa Claus, and that was my Christmas present. And Ma, in her wisdom, always said, "Oh, you're so spoiled. You got all this." And I never questioned it till I started getting older and I talked to the other kids. How many? Oh, you got 15 Christmas presents? I got one. You know, wait a minute, I wasn't spoiled. I was brainwashed.
They could call it. I remember my dad talking about getting an orange or something, like getting an orange was special.
Yes.
As something citrusy.
Yes.
Okay.
That was when we went to country school. We always got a orange an apple and a Hershey chocolate bar.
Really?
Yep. The school board appropriated enough money to give us that Christmas gift.
Wow. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a really nice Christmas gift, even though you just got one. But what were some of the traditions your family observed around, like your birthday? What did you do for your birthday?
Not much.
Not much. Did you get like a special cake?
Once in a while.
Did you get a?
Not every year.
Did you get a present?
Not every year.
Did they sing happy birthday to you?
Not every year.
Yeah,
It
has morphed.
The birthday was just another day.
Another day. Yep.
Well, you're a little older now. That's about it.
Yep. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Do you have any family traditions that you had when you were a kid that you passed down now to your kids?
Nope.
None? Getting together on Christmas? No.
Can't even do that anymore.
I know, it's too hard.
Yeah.
Right? What role did religion play in your family? Did you go to church? Did you?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out. Pa was middle of the road during religion. Ma was more of a traditional religion. Pa's statement was always, why read for the minister? Why can't he read for himself? And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But his family was very religious. I mean, his mother and
Halvorsons?
dad, yeah.
Okay.
And I guess Ma's family was fairly religious too.
Did you go to church on Sundays or not?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
whenever?
Yeah,
Okay.
most Sundays, then Sunday school
Mm-hmm.
and all that.
Were you confirmed?
Yep.
What church were you confirmed?
Highland Prairie.
Let me go backwards. Do you remember being what church you were baptized at?
Highland,
Highland and then Highland Prairie. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
because all of Stubbs' friends went to Highland Prairie, where Highland was more of the Lanesboro. So my dad grew up at Highland Prairie. Ma grew up at Highland.
Oh, okay.
That's how we got that. And then everything was transferred a little after, maybe I was 6, 7 years old, and then I transferred.
Okay.
So I more or less remember mostly Highland Prairie.
Okay. Got it. Hey, Paul, how did your parents meet?
They were at a dance in I forgot the darn town. This is Gibbons. Amherst? Was it Amherst?
Yes, I
They
do know
used
that
it-
they had dances in Amish.
Yeah, they had the dance hall in the back of the store was in
Yeah.
front and the dance hall was in the back. And they had a bridge. And if you wanted alcohol, this was during the Prohibition era, you would leave a $5 bill on the bridge, and then you come back in an hour, there'd be a jar for you.
Of moonshine?
Moonshine.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
And
That bridge still exists, but not the same bridge. But in
not the same bridge.
location.
It's a new bridge now, but it's the same location. And I mean, that was kind of the swinging little town, Amherst. And you know, now it's
A ghost town.
just falling apart.
Yeah.
It makes me kind of sad when I drive by it, and because the running joke was go and ask Mrs. Giffen, and she ran the store for beer, and she would just explode because she hated drinking.
Oh,
I don't sell
just
no
as-
damn beer here.
just to see her reaction. And later on, when I was a kid, there was another lady that was equally grumpy.
That was probably the same one.
Same lady?
She just got grumpier.
I just never knew her last name.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Go ahead and have a sip of
Oh.
your coffee. Are there any specific family heirlooms that you have or inherited, and why do they hold meaning to you?
The probably one heirloom I treasure most is my dad's violin. I got that in a special case. It was my grandfather's violin, and then my grandfather gave it to my dad, and then I received it, and it's on the wall with a plaque, and when I'm gone, it should go to Tim.
I remember watching Grandpa play the violin.
Yeah.
He'd call it the fiddle, right?
Yep, fiddle.
Yep. Who else did he play with? Halvor?
We used to have a lot of house parties. With my Halvor was guitar, and Pa would play the fiddle, Emma would play the piano, and then a couple other neighbors came in. One played the drum, and one played the mandolin. And I mean, he was good enough to be professional.
Is that Peter John?
No,
No. Okay.
no, he played piano
Okay.
and stuff, and he worked in a nightclub in Kokomo, Indiana. And Peter John, and he was from Amherst area.
Oh, yeah.
About 2 blocks up from the Amherst store is where he grew up.
Wow.
And
He was famous from that little area.
yeah, his nightclub was, if you name a song and I can't play it, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh my.
And he didn't buy very many drinks.
Very talented. Probably played by ear or something.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along on some fun and games, I called this category. Do you have any particular funny stories from the past you'd want to share that you'd want us to remember?
Probably nothing that could be printed or legal.
I believe that. Do you have a PG version of it?
I've had a wonderful life. I was sitting down on the dock the other day, just kind of going through everything. I've been blessed.
Amen.
You know, not necessarily the heart transplant and all that stuff. It's just, I look back at it and, wow, it's been quite a ride. Quite a ride.
Yep. That's because you're a great guy, Paul.
Jury's still out on that one.
You might have already answered this, but what was the main form of entertainment in your family when you were a kid? Was it board game, listening to the radio,
Yeah.
playing, singing, reading?
Oh, it wasn't radio. As Ma said, turn that damn noise off. So we didn't listen to radio, but we did play board games when Chuck and Oyen would come over, and Pat and we'd get together. And Monopoly was one of them, and Life and Clue. And Orly wouldn't let them play cards, so we couldn't play whist or any of that.
Oh, yeah.
We'd go fish.
Yeah. Old maid, whatever.
Old maid. Yep, that was about the height of it.
One of my biggest memories is sitting in the kitchen that you guys now live in, which was Grandma and Grandpa's house, and playing 500 with Grandma.
Yeah.
And my mom. She taught me how to play. And card games were a big deal, I think, at our...
Oh, Ma loved cards. Whist parties. We in the winter months they had a rotation each week. Somebody had, and then they had tables, and you got the booby prize, and you got the major prize,
Yep.
and it was kind of neat.
That's a fun memory.
Yeah.
I wish they did more of that today.
Yeah.
All right, Polly. One of the wonderful memories I have of the Halvorsons gathering is Obert and Delia. My grandparents took us on a big motorhome trip. It was Obert and Delia, you and your sister Olive, your Glenn, her husband, and then all of us kids. So it was me, Linda, and John, who was 2 years old, and then Timmy and Lisa. And we went from from their farmhouse over to Indianapolis, Mammoth Cave, Lincoln's birthplace, and all the way down to Nashville. Of that trip, what is your most vivid memories of that trip?
The one that changed my attitude was that was Opryland, and it was like an amusement park at that time. They tore it all down, but they had a country western show, and you could sit there in the bleachers, and I was 2 seats back from the other row, and this one little kid had the Trisonium 21, help me out on it's a disease of the kids. Their eyes are always...
Down syndrome?
Down syndrome, yes.
Okay.
I watched everybody, and they were all enthused about the show and the guys that were on the stage. And this child looked at his father like he was the best.
Mm.
Didn't give a crap about the show.
Oh. He loved his father so much that was the
Yes.
most important thing.
Yep.
That was impactful to you.
That changed my thinking. Maybe we're handicapped, not him.
Mm-hmm. We can
So
learn from
I
those.
tried to look at everything with an open mind. The second thing that I remember on the trip is your dad, when we stopped at a gas station, he went in and he got a 6-pack of beer. So we're going to have a beer. And we got to the campground, and Glenn says, "You want a beer?" I said, yeah. So he went back, says, "Where's the beer?" I don't know. And Pa had been in the bathroom in the back, and they had a window that you could open up to outside, and it was ping, ping.
Oh my goodness. All 6 of them?
All 6 of them. Oh, that was just an appetizer for Dad.
Oh.
And I thought, oh my God, if the cops had come back and we were throwing beer cans out the window, and when we got there to relax, we didn't have any beer.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
And yeah, the Opry was neat. That was a wonderful trip.
It really was a wonderful
Yeah.
trip. I remember it very well, and it was very generous of your mom and dad because they took us there.
Yeah.
So. All right, we're coming to the end here, Paul, and I've got kind of a big picture question for you.
Uh-oh.
If your parents were sitting here with us in this room in your beautiful lake home, is there a question, if you could ask them one question, and it can be your mom or your dad or either one, what question would you ask them? Do you have an idea of what that is? It's kind of a hard question to ask, but do you know?
That is a tough one. I usually didn't ask, I was told. You could mow the lawn, you know? Oh, why don't you clear that area out? It wasn't what I would ask them, it was what they would tell me. The one thing I felt bad about, and Matthew came back for a couple of days to help me with the sperm damage, and we went over to Highland Prairie, and he kind of wanted to see that again.
Was
And
this recently?
Yeah. So I showed him why they got that pioneer thing, you know, and it's the year 1853 and then 1854 and all that came across. And there was no Halvorsons there. I couldn't understand because I knew my grandmother came over in 1853, her family.
Okay. From where? What country?
From Norway.
Okay.
And then I started doing research on it, is that was Ole and Anna Dully. And they changed their name to Halvorsons.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
On my dad's side, it was Ole and Asta Swenside. And they switched their names to Halvorsons. So, Halvorsons, my grandpa Halvorson married a Halvorson, but no relationship. Because they switched their names when they came to Minnesota.
Huh. Halvorson must have been a highly sought after name or something.
Yeah. And then Jacob's son, Sven, Svensson, and stuff. That's how they kind of broke it up. But I could never understand why my family wasn't on that plaque. And that's why, because they had switched their names after they got here. So
I hope we have that documented somewhere.
yeah, it's in the church.
In the church.
In the things, yeah, the records.
All right, Paul. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us that you'd like us to be able to document and that I haven't asked? Do you think would be interesting for all of us kids and future generations to know about?
You're not filming, right?
I am.
Are you? Oh Lord, that is a toughie. I guess the main thing I learned in my life is care about other people too. You know? When I was going through the transplant thing and John Thompson was going at the same time, and he helped me go through the tough times, and I helped him go through the tough times. And the one thing he said I want to do before I pass away is I want to sit down with your doc, on your dock, with my best friend, and just talk. And we never did. He passed away.
Oh.
So sometimes you can't wait. We'll do this tomorrow. No, do it today.
Amen. I believe that. Well, thank you, Paul, for taking the time to answer these questions and kind of go back into reminisce on your life. And how old are you now?
How old am I? I'm 39.
I thought you were going to say 18 and 82 or 62 years of experience.
That too, but you know, I never did ask Mayo, can I take the age of my heart and take that away from my age and kind of merge it?
You can do whatever you want.
Darn right. I'm a free white and 21.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Paul.
All right.